Well, what a Saturday it was last week for James McDonald, equalling Jimmy Cassidy's record of 6 wins. This guy, he's unstoppable.
Yeah, I spoke to Pump last Saturday and he couldn't think of anyone that he'd rather have equal his record. J-Mac, he's breaking records left, right and centre. He's only 3 behind Damien Oliver's Group 1 record of 129. I got up early during the week, caught up with him after track week. Yeah, alarm clock. After he got off Autumn Glow, James McDonald.
Cheyenne storms away with the Riesling Stakes. Had a much better run today, and Cheyenne wins it by a big space. Cheyenne, big win. James McDonald, she's cut loose at the 300 metres and exploded away. Beedman hits the lead late from Inkaruna. Beedman, he got in, the favourite. There was a bit of a scramble, but Beedman got there from Inkaruna and hit a motive. Good finish there to the fireball. Good, tough performance. McDonald lifting the Peter Snowden-trained Beedman across the line. Front, but here's Panito. Panito moved up on the outside, and Panito goes on to win the aspiration quality. Panito, too good, too classy. James McDonald. Generosity, great finish in the challenge. Bob of the heads. Oh, close one. Generosity and Mahuna, they're the two. Generosity will get it. Generosity's going to nick this. A nose over Mahuna. Jolly Star moved up to by Vart. Jolly Star claims a 4th Group 1, running down by Vart. Jolly Star, 4 Group 1s, 5 on the day for James McDonald. So well positioned. Gangster Granny's in the mood. Granny moved up on the outside. Cosmanova there on the fence. The Gangster Granny pulls away to win the last from Cosmanova. There are a few worrying moments, but J-Mac got serious on the mare. 6 for James McDonald today. Gangster Granny getting up. 1 running away. On a very unique day for any jockey to land 6, but the best in the business in Sydney. J-Mac achieving that.
6 wins in one day. They just kept coming on Saturday, equalling Pumpa's record.
Yeah, they did. They all fell into place lovely, and all the horses just run their hearts out. So, no, it was pretty lucky. They all had really good chances on paper, and they duly delivered.
So what's a day look like for you?
Well, on Tuesdays, it's obviously the main gallop morning for Chris and all his horses. So, yeah, get here pretty early in the morning, and obviously we've got trials now, and yeah, it's just a busy sort of week, but Saturdays are pretty enjoyable when you have a day like last Saturday, but you all work towards that.
Does the alarm ever get hard to...
well, it does, obviously, but it's only a couple times a week. We're lucky enough to just come in for the fast mornings, and then obviously prepare for Wednesday and Saturday races. So, look, overall, it's pretty good. We're pretty lucky.
So Autumn Glow, Chris Waller, John Massara, she's the complete racehorse.
For sure, she's obviously taking racing by storm. She's capturing the imagination of the fans, and she's 10 from 10, so she hasn't put a foot wrong so far, and she's just beautiful mare to work with, very kind. She just wants to please you all the time, so you couldn't ask for a greater champion, and look, she's still probably got a little bit a way to go to that status, but she's well on her way.
Well, a lot of people that watch this program probably don't know racing inside and out, so give us a little bit of an insight into her as an athlete, and what sort of is the difference between, say, her and a horse?
She's so economical with her action. She's got a most beautiful demeanour. She doesn't spend any extra energy anywhere. She conserves where she needs to conserve energy, and she just puts it all out on the racetrack. It's just amazing stride and demeanour, and she's just the complete package, really.
When you press the button, it's a bit like
it's just instant, you know. She hasn't been instant, but as she's got on, she's picked up and she's learned her way, as Chris Waller horses do.
Where could she go?
They're not my decisions. I'm not sure. John and Chris will work that out. I think there's 2 options, and it's Doncaster or Queen Elizabeth. They're 2 good options anyway.
What about the Golden Slipper?
It's a huge focus. Obviously, our premier 2-year-old race anywhere in the world. So, my slipper pitch is a little bit murky at the moment. I rode a sensational filly on Saturday, Cheyenne. It was obviously elevated to almost favouritism, but I'm just going to sit and wait for this weekend, because I've got 2 really good chances in the Pago and the Magic Night, and both favourites. They should be very hard to beat in their races, and hopefully stamp themselves as Golden Slipper potential. We're very hopeful in that scenario.
Not a bad problem to have. You have lots of trainers, lots of owners who want you to ride their horse.
Yeah, no, you're blessed. when the phone rings, it's always a good sign, and you'd rather it ringing than not ringing. That's especially this time of year. And if you're lucky enough to be the go-to person, well, then you got a few options. But yeah, it's never easy. Obviously, dissecting it all, times, how the race is going to be run, etc., and how their racing managers, because it's such a high-pressure race, the Golden Slipper, 6 furlongs around a tight turning track. You need everything to go well, and this is only a small part of the puzzle, because once the field gets released on Tuesday, then it comes down to barrier draws, and it's so important to have a good barrier. So there's so many moving parts this time of year, but as long as you've got a good 2-year-old fit and well, you're a good chance.